Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermore. It's I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my very ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And, of course, Hades and Hellfire, a dark secret is claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. And my friends, my duckies, loves of all sorts, we too are standing against the forces of darkness. Pardon my plaid. I know I normally wear Hawaiian prints, but as we kick the tires and light the fires for warmth, where I am, it violently dropped from the 80s to the 30s in somewhere around 36 hours, which caused ramifications. And those ramifications include my study being somewhere in the high 50s, being just positively, I mean, like my fingers are turning pink, Arctic, but we will prevail. I hope you're ready to grab this week and make it into something, because Lord knows I am. Let's see, from the last time we talked, a couple great things have happened. First and foremost, I've got 2 Patreon members who joined, and I have to thank them publicly over for the Historical Fencing Guild, being Joe and Trey Bachman. You magnificent people do not need to do anything else to support me, and yet you do. I'm not going to lie and say I wasn't like nearly ugly crying because, well, sometimes you need the win. But that hit. I got one of the greatest comments I ever received on a video of mine from a gentleman named Sin the Magician. I believe Sin the Magician. And that comment was something akin to, who are you, strange magic, strange wizard sword man? Or straight, it was really, really quite elegant. And I'm actually going to have to screenshot that because that's quite nice and quite rather acceptable. But that was really, really good. I'm honestly not sure if he subscribed to this channel or the other channel because Friday there was a bit of technical error where I was broadcasting first to here. But this weekend, I got a few things done. Thanks to Trelena, I was able to set up some Patreon benefits for my lovely Patreon folks that I will be setting up shortly. And knowing that she's going to be helping me with the other ones, it is delightful. We just have to figure out scheduling. I'm at the point where if the library is not open when it's convenient, I'll talk to Manda and we'll get it open. Which might make filming things just a little bit easier because we won't have the risk of interference from small children. Oddly delightful. That I dug in on one of my older projects because I basically went through my, hey, Nick, your to-do work in progress list is getting done. I have a couple images I want to do. And then I'd like to tweak a couple if I can get access to them. But I am almost done with the Rapid Rapier, being the student guide, essentially, for the Simple Sword. And for if you just want to learn single, here's a way to go. It needs a little addition, but I would put it well between around 80% done easy. I just have to make a copy for it. Make a cover for it. And I need to do it different than I have been. So we, of course, shall see. In other and fascinating news, we will. I'm very close. I have the full layout for the Poor Swordmaster's Guide to Arms and Armor, at least blocked out. So all I need is a night, much like last night, but actually functional, where I can sit down and grind. And I should be able to get that out. So I'm shooting for the end of the month to have 1 to 2 new fencing manual related books out. So that's pretty big for me. We have over on Nick Knows Nerf. I did a massive upgrade to one of my blasters, and I actually recorded overhead cam style the entire process. I will have to put a caveat because I had to fix some things after said process, but that'll be going up. So that means I'm very close to being ahead of the ball for Thursday, because I want to get back to where Nick Knows Nerf is a weekly recorded program. Pardon me. Thanks to Trelena, I have access to several things I haven't had access to in a while, between one of my computers going, I have to be Windows 11. Oh no, I can't work as Windows 11. Ah! And one of them being disassembled behind me. I have been behind in my goods. So I will be dealing with that. I have about 25 days, give take, to also make a run down to the bank and refill my account because I had some emergency expenditures I had to make. Obviously, during the hey, Nick, you're getting slammed, jammed. Thank you, ma'am. So I have to make sure my account is up over $100 to cover my DA, which I feel I owe them after 20 plus years, even though I need to update that site dramatically. But there may be since they won't let auto downloaders work very well on the site to protect the art. That means I have to go through several thousand pictures and download the ancient ones to preserve them, and then completely revamp because I'm going to have to take down pictures, which sucks. Revamp my art. So that's not something I've been putting off because it makes my soul bleed at all. Um, yes. I have to figure out the tribute, which means I may float for those of you who are interested. My DA library is rather expensive. I've got a lot of older pictures out there that it might be fun to do a redo of something. So I may sick, some of you guys on pick DA pictures that you want to see me redo, and I may just try look at them and go, "Oh dear Lord," and redo them. I'll take the best submission of which of my old pictures do you want to see reborn, and we'll discuss it. Beyond that, let's see, covered the huge update I did on the blaster. I'm forgetting things. Oh, we also went and got the first sets of plants for the garden / victory garden / dear Lord, I hope I don't need to be this paranoid, but garden that are going in. And once I pay for my necessary DA, I will be socking money away to try to get up enough to put a large carport in my backyard, because if I have a covered fencing area, that would make a great deal that will make a great deal of awesomeness for me. So I am looking at that. I'm hitting that line of there are things I want done, and I'm going to have to do them. And it's got to annoy me bad enough that the pain of change is more uncomfortable than the pain of not changing. Less uncomfortable than the pain of not changing. But and I fear that time is approaching, and I fear it is with great and fathomless rage. So there's that. I know stuff is kind of spooky and weird. I know that current events are current events, but I cannot change that. It is beyond my power. And when people ask me to, well, Nick, give me your power. I can't. I gave it to Goku. He needed to do the spirit bomb. No. I can't change what I want to change, but I can change some things. So I am working on that. In the ways of madness that are upon us. This also means we are on the week of lead up to Big Item Trash Day, which means I will be wandering, hopefully ahead of the cursed scrappers, because I would like to get some assorted scrap metal that I can then either weld and composite or just blacksmith into obedience, into being different objects. I'm rather excited about that. I am. I found out there's some new products over on Purple Heart Armory that I desperately want to throw money at, but I can't. Um, I really need to review those stiletto daggers, and I need to have them work. That's something I need in my universe. Uh, so I have a lot going on, and this is good. Me having a lot going on is good because that means I'm starting to make progress. That means things are going to get slightly better as time goes on. And that's all we can work towards, guys. Small improvement and getting things done. I'm trying to recover from a whole lot of overwhelm, and I am fighting seasonal scheduled difficulties. It's just next about 2 weeks are going to be a little spicy for me. They are every year. So I'm trying to keep too much of Serious Nick from manifesting because apparently whenever Serious Nick manifests, a couple of people get spooked. And y'all need light and fluffy Nick, therefore that's who I need to be. And as I roll up my sleeves, because I generate enough hot air when broadcasting, that it does indeed warm my study up a bit. I do occasionally lament my inability to have ink, because how nice having the Into the Light I Command You, locked in and ready to go would be. But hey, I get to keep the radiant pale glory that is my canvas and annoys my tattoo drawing friends. With the, well, what would you have? I'm sure we could do that. And and we're gonna keep going. I'm excited, and I'm starting to feel that just stall, a wind up. It's kind of like a positive version of the zip noise from Night in Lonesome October, which it's a good feeling. It's got to get here, and that's cool. We have a lot to do. I have a lot on my plate. I am starting to be in the downshift from I done warned you guys, 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 to alrighty then. The looming clouds have broken loose, and I need to be in that mode, which is good. Which is good. It isn't always pleasant, but it is quite liberating to feel the limiters that I carry possibly weaken their hold and occasionally fall off into the sand. Because there's stuff to be done. And in that venue, when there is stuff to be done and it fits within my capabilities, I am liberated. I am free to do what needs done. And I'm okay with that right now. I'm starting to be okay with that, which is good. But you guys have a lot on your plate. So I'm going to run Joe's ad. Yes, he's taking a slight hiatus, but these shows could be evergreen. And at least that's my goal. So I'm going to run Joe's ad. And then I'm going to come back in about. That doesn't need to be there. Like, I don't need my ad on speed dial. My ad runs at the end of the show, whether I like it or not, because you guys set it up so. Therefore, uh, therefore, we will be back. And when we're back, we're going to talk about what's on your mind. And I'm sure I'm going to remember some of the other things that I've been up to, because, like, this was a weekend of getting stuff done. Oh, we also managed to go to the zoo. And unfortunately, because of the fear of avian flu, all the birds are put away, which meant we did not get to see the penguins. And I am deeply saddened by that. But Xander got to hang out with, like, the otters in the tube and sit and watch the prairie dogs. So there was not a lot of loss. I forgot just how tiny that zoo is. But we had adventures. We are due for adventures. The temperatures are slated to rise tomorrow. And things are going better. So you'll know things are well on their route when I start aura farming again. But till then, boop. Saved by the bell, so to speak. Alrighty then, let me just do this and that. Had some messages coming in on the private line. Somebody else mentioned it. I'll hit it at that point, but we're okay. We're okay. Everybody breathe. It's not the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Okay. And the comment dumps have begun, so we're going to hop and pop through those. And Foxy's first through the door at 9:30. Yeah, you guys were a little quiet coming in. Hope everything is okay. But good morning, Foxy, and good morning, Thesis. I'm so used to saying that. So good morning, Thesis, and good morning, Carl. And looks around. Was I? And I was afraid I was late. It happens sometimes. Morning. Good morning. Yes. And POV thumbnail with Trey. You don't just come up and swap my behind, right? That is the energy of the picture I entitled Pathetic. In quotation marks. Although I would have had to put a red tint over the whole thing on a multiply layer, because if somebody just came up and swatted Trey's behind, they would be seeing through the veil of their own yes. Just yes. That is a can that you may perhaps be allowed to look at, but brothers and sisters, do not touch, because consent is king around these parts, and several people I know are knights in his service. Anyway, wow, the Knights of Consent. Oh, Oh, sorry. That just sent a chill through my DMing. And let's see. Good morning, Dan Hollifield. Hope you're having a good one. And looking forward to hearing what you've been up to. And greetings, greetings. Been to the laundromat back, cap some munsies. Done with, almost done with level 2 goals. I'm sorry. Every moment, every time I see you speaking of capping some munsies, I just see like Carl throwing a do-rag or a bandana over his bald head, sliding the lock on a Glock, and just mentally putting something. It's a little early for it, but it has that. It was a clear, bright night with a clear, dark night with a clear, bright moon. Carl Witzman on the street, just ready to consume. Anyway, yes, my brain went regulators and does every time I think of Carl putting a cap in a Munzie. Every time. That may stop, but not today. Nice, says Trey. Entering, Trey's got her Haruhi energy going for now. It's good. I don't know how she's going to take the fact that somebody took one of my favorite anime and made a live action version of it, and that we both have access to something called Holic, but in live action. It is not dubbed, tragically. I would, if they did choose to dub it, though, I hope they get the hire all the voice actors from the anime, because that would be glorious. Where's that lurker, Donna? And hey, everyone. Hey, Donna. There she is. Get ready. Gets ready. A fanciful frosted like. Careful not to smudge the fancy. Ooh, pretty. Yes, folks, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. It helps me fight the algorithm, and because I talk about, clearly dangerous foam freedom dispensers, the world gets all upset and in arms that, I might have such things and speak of such things and have a video coming out on such things that I'm very proud of. However, the only way I can really get it to work the way I want to is to start a recording and then play it from the video player on my screen because of the file size. It's going to be delightful, but yes. And good morning, Dawn. Dawn is the masterful mistress of all things fanciful and feline, the creator of her Stories of Buddy and Georgette. And we pause for the squee, because every time this specific piece of artwork comes up, my dear friend Dawn squees, and I am here for it. Because, friends, I am all about gleefully and happily making the ladies in my life squee. It just means I'm doing my job. And it takes a while. If I haven't found something that will make you squee, give me time. I am looking. I am amazed that we all recovered from hey, Trey, have you seen this buckler? Because that was epic, and then triple epic when it's still within reach. I love it. Oh, God. I just had this image that she might just make a Tallhofer buckler pillow just to, Why? It's for the little ones to teach them right early. Why? Okay, so that's a little stuffed ball? No, it's a little stuffed pommel so they can end them rightly. Anyway, oh, God. an amigurumi sword with a velcroed on pommel so that you can rip it off and end them rightly. Anyway, I've been deep diving fencing manuals and it does make me feel oh so good. Now, I just welcomed Dawn, and Donna lost track of time. That's fine. And hi, Dawn, and morning, Dawn. Hey, everyone I missed. Woke up yesterday with my back hurting. Ouch. Made it through the HoloCon meeting. I was grocery shopping, but a pain med was needed by the evening. Ugh. It's this weather. We're in the please the era of like the ribbon storms, because oh my gosh, has my back been displeased with me. And like my upper back is still causing me great issue, which is saying something. It is saying something when you realize just all the meds I'm on for the assorted pains. But the horrors persist, but then so do I. I just walked by, I saw Callie curled up in Donna's arms. Aw, hugs to Dawn. This darned weather, yep. I'm not doing much today. It's chilly and cloudy and rainy, so the video I planned shooting may not happen. I'm sorry, Thesis. Sounds like here, Thesis. Dawn, I'm sorry you have to go through that. And Inigo is in the window watching the rain. He's a watchdog. He's about as watching early. Ooh, was that two Night in Lonesome October references in one film, one video already? I guess we're going to have to keep referencing it till everyone has read that book. And while we're at it, we need other books that everyone can read. If only there was a site where someone could find like 30 years of stories.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphellion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan, seriously, for everything you've done. Very few people have cast out as many ripples of positivity as you have. Here we go. Gentle hugs to Dawn. Don't forget to like and share, folks. I know you're subscribed. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. I know it's cruddy weather, but one, it's going to warm up, so you might as well just get under the covers, get some warm cat love and perhaps some coffee in play, and we're going to make it. This is just winter quartz rattling and grumbling on the way out. The weather isn't helping. No, it's not. Brad just scared the heck out of me by trying to tackle something through the window. Dang, little dude. Oh my gosh, yes. That is one of those thumps that keeps me going. I'm sorry, my nose itches like crazy. I know that means something. I can't remember what it is, other than if your nose itches, somebody's going to show up with a hole in their britches. I don't know. Yike! I am a mighty hunter! He's staring something down. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. If I had access to my 3D printers, the wit to make them go, and the ability to do circuitry, there would be a new Nerf blaster. It would be in my hot little hands. Because somebody took the Magpie blaster, which is a beautiful, beautiful blaster that you can get the issues for free. Get the STL files for free, for full length anyway. I think you have to pay a little bit for the conversion to half dart, but my duckies. It's an underfire, bottom chamber firing flywheel revolver. and some absolute mad lad did a cosmetic overhaul on the thing. And it is labeled and understood as not easy to work with. But the 45 Colt long for AGL 45 AGL Colt 45 long revolver of the OG Vash the Stampede, my 1998 hero and inspiration, a warrior for love and peace. Someone made a Nerf one of these, and they are hideously expensive to try to buy because people don't want to sell them in that style because it would be flirting on piracy. But my gosh. Good morning, everyone. Monday is here. The week has begun. Yes. And isn't that a good thing? Because we're getting stuff done. This is a week, my friends. The weather for us after we get through this frozen hexscape of 50 degrees has no business in May. Go away. You know what? 50 degrees is fine in the middle of the night. Okay? I would allow that. I would negotiate for that. But 50 degrees now? No. No. And if you don't like the weather fluctuations, remember to thank a billionaire. And we have Heya and Morning Chris, because everybody loves Chris. And good morning, Chris Walker. And there's Squeeze for Chris. And hey, Chris said, Miney attacked some papers in the bookshelf later. I yelled. He did not find my list of allergies I was looking for. Need to give a copy. Get a copy of New Doctor eventually. Okay. Hey, Chris. Come on, people. I gave the first like, and when I checked a moment ago, it was the only like. Well, if I am not sufficiently, entertaining, I can dial it up. I mean, if you guys really require madness and motivation, I am pretty sure shenanigans can occur. Do not threaten me with a good time. Slice frosted like into the slot. That's better. I was busy greeting Chris. I forgot to like. That has been fixed. Midnight Maharaja. Good morning. Good morning, all. Well, I hope yours is a good one, Midnight. And found out one of our favorite restaurants closed yesterday. I has a sad, but we chatted with the owner. Luckily, it was an economy issue, but a burnout issue. Oh, that's tragic. But he's even helping his staff find new jobs. Oh, that's always too bad. Our local Chinese place closed recently too. Oh God, we need more Chinese places. Look. Please. A Chinese place in Fowler. A Chinese place in Fowler. Maybe a Denny's. Heck, an all-night truck stop that is actually functional. All night. Please. The closest thing to an all-night truck stop we have is the very nice all-night gas station, but it has become a head shop. And there are tears. There is a bar in my town, an American Legion Hall, and a vending machine. The joy that a major truck stop with like multiple restaurants all night would bring. I'm not even being greedy and asking for something like a Longhorn with a buffet, but like maybe a Taco Bell, please. Something other than gas station pizza, which I love. Don't get me wrong. And Burger King, which does not count. Not Burger King. My apologies to the king of burgers. That was a Freudian slip. We have a McDonald's north of us. And that's not food. Okay, sorry. Now I'm hungry and want Chinese. Sad on the closing. It's really nice he's helping others find jobs. We knew we like supporting the business for a reason. All about that. You need wait, you need to be who you need to be. I just had to make sure you were okay. Thank you, Dawn. I gave him the Viv look backstage, but he ignored it. Well, thank you. And thank Trey. And thank Robin. And thank several other people who commented and were concerned because I wasn't my bubbly self. This is not new. This is not unexpected. I am a big proponent that everyone has holidays and everyone has holy days, and they are not necessarily the same. There will always be one day that one day a year I kind of have to take off for the most part. And as it approaches, it gets a little heavier till it's here, and then the weight comes off. It's just a thing. But I appreciate the support. I am not good at it. I am the person who believes in watching, helping others get accolades and making sure that everyone else is okay and, receives the compliments and support and love they need. And then should any of it be applied to me, it is too bright for my squinty eyes and I must, retract into the shadows as quickly as humanly possible. I'm getting Auntie Tawnied. I'll make her full. Yes, all the Auntie Tawny. Thank you. I'll let you get back to your work. She is knitting, crocheting, and being observed heavily. And Joe says, "Good morning, folks." Good morning, Joe. And no penguins has another sad. And penguins can get bird flu. Yes, they actually lost a large portion of their, flock of penguins. One, it hit. I mean, like, more than a dozen. So they were able to quickly isolate and keep a few, and, breeding programs being what they are. But, yeah, bad berries. But they can't, you can't keep the wild birds out of a zoo. You just can't do it. You'd have to put, a dome over the whole thing. And hey, Joe. And oh, look, a new video. Don't know what it is, but Thesis has a new video. No, I know what it is, and it's good. I wonder if anyone has a penguin cam. I'm sure they do. That's a good thing to look into. Hey, Joe. Well, they are birds. It's funny, they put all the birds away except the emus. I think the emus laugh at avian flu because emus are made of hate. I'm sure they do, Carl, but it would interfere with my... Oh, the FFCS cam time. Ooh. Furball farm. I can speak the English language, typo, demon speak. God! Feel the power hairspray! Okay. Furball Farms Cat Sanctuary. Close enough, although I whistled and fumbled my way through that. Zoo.San Diego. Zoo.org/cam/penguin cams. Thank you. We need that. Cat parenting accountability. Found out Miney wasn't having hairball problems. He was chewing on the edge of our spare rolled up carpet. Garbage bag and duct tape solved the problem. No more hacking. You do know that as soon as you said no more hacking, I had the image of Himani just like slipping away and just I'm in typing rapidly into a computer with another cat in a tank top, talking to him. But that was a great video thesis. I have it tabbed so I can go through it and try to follow along. Love that you did multiple angles. That really helps. Speaking of multiple angles, since I know Mandy is busy and probably not watching this video, and it needs to be rigged, there has been a request made by Mandy to do a few of the stitch cams, but instead of doing them like this angle, okay, this angle. Yes, my desk is a disaster. Deal with it. She wants it to be like over the shoulder with the hand manipulating because she can't flip things. So instead of being this, it would be that. You get what I mean. My camera mount is bizarre. Wow, it's a look, it's a movie in the mid 2000s. Oh no, we're taking fire! Sorry, I grew up watching Star Things, Trek, Star Wars, Steel, Sapphire and Steel. You know. Okay, time for an ad. Desperately.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found his suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
I love the joys of a good conspiracy. It gives me a warm and fuzzy. Last night we were watching a video on the Kentucky Goblins. You know, the time when a family of carnies, carnival workers, got into a 3-hour firefight with 3 to 4 foot tall silver beings. Yeah. Good times. And let's see, where were we? All right, Monterey Bay. Check the Tennessee Aquarium. They may have one. I have to check the Freeport Aquarium, too. I think it's Freeport. I'm showing 11 likes on Nick's page, Chris. So, wee! Thank you. And there's a link. And from Carl, and I can totally mess around with my camera and see if I can do that angle. Might do a couple test videos to see if it works. I know over the shoulder are really difficult, but I actually, you know what? I have a rig you can borrow. I have a chest rig for filming when I'm doing Nerf that has a swing out piece for your phone. And then you'd have to be a little extended, but it would be like, I almost said, Trey, you could wear it at, depending what you wore with it, you could get really great video of men trying to look at you without realizing that they're looking at you. No, don't get caught. Oh, I'm terrible. Emu War link. Yes, it is. Is that Puppet History? Oh, good. There's a new season of Puppet History up too, or that's starting. I haven't gotten to deep dive it because that is not Xander appropriate. Now it's working right. Rock on. Of course. And thanks for the ad. It's my pleasure. If I ever get a second camera, then the one I have now will be used for overhead and various Viridian purposes. Nice. Carl, in our circulation, Viridian is rather on the naughty side of things. At least it leads you to a room that it often is. Now, I did this once with StreamYard as an experiment. I haven't tried it again. But apparently, if I go on my phone and log into StreamYard, and then log into StreamYard from my computer, I can have two parallel logins going. And with a little bit of tweakery, I can, a little higgity-piggity, I can try to have two cams without having the weird two cams. Okay, you guys don't know this, but Trelena is doing this and this. And I am the guy who would fall for the counting bit where you just stare up in the sky and go, I think I see one. I think I see one.
I was trying to see if I could attach my secondary camera to my microphone because then it would just hover over, like directly over.
A device like this?
Well, that's kind of what I have, but I was just...
No.
No, I was seeing if I could bring them together or if I could just bring my stand over here so it's right next to me.
If not,
because then the stand would literally be like at my shoulder.
I have a really great overhead camera, little rig actually, that you guys will see used when I get the Nick Knows Nerf project up, which again can be borrowed, or I can try to find the Amazon link for you because that's actually very handy.
Yeah, because it has a stand. Like, you guys don't see this one. Not to like waylay your show,
please.
But you guys don't see this behind the scenes, but it has a stand.
Oh,
nice gooseneck stand, and I can literally just put it here and still work.
Oh, so, well, that's handy.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was looking at. I wasn't doing the two.
Okay, thank you. Because like
that was what was going on.
I thought the window was the other way, and
No, the window's actually right, like a wall in front of me. So I've got like an entire wall of window right there. So.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's actually like a bay window kind of thing going on there.
So
it all makes sense. So,
yes, it does.
Yeah, just that explanation for all of you.
Thank you, because like I said, it was starting to worry me.
Nope, not looking for aliens or anything like that. There's nothing crashing into my window. Just trying to figure out how I can move my cameras around. Right, pretty much. Well, Red jumped up there too, so who knows? It might be. So, that's it.
Okay, bye, Max. Hold on. I need to upgrade my chair a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Oh yeah. We have a better camera for that. That is not a sentence I need to walk into on a Monday. It looks like it's going to be a late show because I haven't heard Xander banging around, and I'm okay with that. I wondered if you could do that. I mean, using the phone as a second camera. I think I pulled it off. I need to test it again, but I can't because I've had the different errors. The problem becomes my net doesn't always like it. And is that a loaf of bread on your lap, Trey? Absolutely. Absolutely. They used to make a shoulder rig thing that was for big cameras, but it would work with phones for adaptation. Shirt with pockets and a GoPro. It was a bread. Actually, technically, you probably could do the no, I don't need audio things running. Stop. But if you put this in your pocket, it's not too bad, but it would be vertical and it gets a little weird. You can get nice horizontal with it. But I feel like I had comments that got skipped because I thought I saw. Oh, wow. It actually jumped a bunch of comments. Wow. Why did it do that? I am very sorry. I missed a bunch of mid-range comments. It just skipped them and then brought them up because of the comment. I didn't man the comment dumps enough. Wow. Okay, I am so sorry. I was not trying to skip your comments because I didn't even see Robin come in. Oh my gosh. Okay, Furball Cat Sanctuary. Cat Parent Accountability. Found. Okay, we covered that. It's a great video thesis. We did that. Okay, this is where I lost it for a bit. So I'm going to retcon. I'm so sorry, folks. Accountability, continuing to revamp the IndyCD site. I have released an updated version of my concrete testing app recently and have released a mileage tracker app. Nice. You guys might want to consider a mileage track using that mileage tracker app because remember, driving to conventions is a business expense. We are all about the write-offs in this area, okay? To quote somebody who used to tell Dad, and so quoting my dad, quoting somebody else, Nikki, yes, I was that young. Do not start with that. Don't start with that. But Nikki, watch the nickels and dimes, the dollars. They'll watch themselves. That's one of those that has sat in the back of my mind for a very long time. And nice, Donna. Glad that helped Trey. I figured doing different views could make it easier to follow along. I didn't do a back view because I don't know how much that would make. Because I didn't do a back view because I didn't know if that would make much difference. It helps me to know how far out I should be doing the movements. Otherwise, I tend to either overextend or underextend, depending on what I'm doing. Nights of Consent might actually teach some people. And I forgot to mention that if you try the 2-point staff turn, it's similar to rowing a boat. Okay, I know that motion. I mentioned the first time I filmed, but forgot the second. It happens. Accountability. There will be an IndyCD C&P Creatives at Play. On Wednesday this week, I've got 2 town meetings to attend this week, tomorrow night, and the council meeting next Wednesday. How dare you? Sir, how dare you have a life? No, you're fine. And now I need a bandana to watch some of the Nerf gun and to find some of the Nerf guns. Absolutely. And there's a link and live OtterCam. And morning, buddies. Hello, Robin. Good morning, Robin. Good morning. Hey, Robin. Hi, Robin. Hey, Robin. Hi, Robin. Everybody's happy to see Robin. I'm happy to see Robin. Let's run. Okay, we're going to have to do the twofer.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda. Just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Welcome, welcome, bunnies. It's Robin Yoda. My Twitch stream has changed. I'm playing Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. If there's any schedule change, I'll let you know by posting on X, Blue Sky, and sometimes Facebook. You can follow all my socials, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, and sign up for my YouTube channel. It's also Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, where I repost all of my streams. So come join me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Robin Yoda for some awesome streams. And once again, thanks for watching.
Thanks for everything you do, Robin. And back to lurking for now. I get to fight with Citrix to try to enter a bunch of pay items. You realize the name Citrix will probably be used if I keep hearing it? I might just write that down. My pen has been swiped from me again because somebody likes my pens. Oh, let me look. Where are my hidden stash of writing implements? Here we go. Okay. I'm always looking for things to use in my game. So now I leave a note for myself. Citrix, the demon? So I can have my players, kill Citrix in your honor. And they are actually in the Techno Mages facility right now. So it could work. Ugh, sorry, Joe. Dan Hallfield work done at Philly last night, and this morning started assembling a new cabinet. Both are 50% finished and should be done completed today. Excellent. California animals aren't awake yet. Humph. Well, it is early over there. My babies. Have they updated Citrix since 1990? Probably not. Cool, Dan. And good, everybody's supporting. Has Citrix updated? Yes. Has Indiana House of Technology, IoT, updated their service? Probably not. There are so many IHOP jokes crashing in my head about the Indiana Office of Technology because I came out as House of Technology in my head, and now I just see IHOT, and it just yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking. Crochet's buckler cozy. Oh, that would be adorable. Oh, I have so much gear like that needs done. State of Illinois used an ancient version 2. And oop, we got a bot. Yay! Great, Dan. Woke up with the headaches and went back to bed. I'm sorry. You should never have a headache, dear. Thank you, everybody, for dipping into our streams. And we're expecting a full review of your new shiny, right, Trey? Oh, absolutely. Hope you feel better. I have to finish my homework today. Now, Robin. You know what? Hold on, folks. We need to just let me check something real quick. If I go like this, yes, Robin, you need to do your homework so you can get it done, so that you can have a good time. So what you need to do is sit in the chair and be a very good girl and write you what you need to write for your awesome museum archival stuff so that you can be the next archivist, but not at the Magnus Archives. I like you too much to subject you to those levels of horror. And on the off chance that you are not aware of the Magnus Archives, I feel I should both say you can, what can I say, but accept you're welcome and I'm sorry. But I should never have to say I'm sorry. So just knuckle down and do your work. All right, back to normal shenanigans. We need more descriptive fun. Hot garbage juice is still something I use to describe something truly awful. Taking next weekend off as I will be house sitting for my grandma. Ooh. Been watching your stream like it's my soap opera. Lamouthesis. It's true, he does. Yes, more greasy spoons. Still showing only one like. Are you on the ABCD? Okay, so you're tracking that. We have no Chinese restaurants now that the Asian bistro is closed. There's one Japanese place, but that's not the same. You have my condolences. Very sad. Showing 10 likes on the Nick page. That's awesome. Brett was helping her with that bopping. Oh, you have no idea. Sad for lost penguins. Yes. Sometimes we need to trap Nick in the sun. Well, I'm sorry, that comment broke down. I'm sorry, Robin. We're experiencing technical difficulties on that comment. We'll just have to keep trucking there. My YouTube feed must be messed up. I tried to refresh my feed. Yeah, I had some issues going on over here. Emus won a war against Australia. They are mean birds. And forgot the Monterey Bay also had penguins. Check out the Tennessee. They may. Okay, I caught to where I was. So now I get to go where I should be. Shirt pockets and a GoPro. The stand is at shoulder height. I might play with it this afternoon on my channels. People would be able to see where I am on the patterns too, so it would make more sense why I'm looking confused and just staring at it. Honestly, that would be cool because especially if you did that alongside your, and this is how we read a pattern refresher that I'm sure people will want. And that wouldn't make evergreen content for Trey. No, that would be terrible. I used to have an over-the-shoulder cam when I would DJ'd. Rock on, Midnight. There's an Amazon. Okay, there is an Amazon version of the mileage tracker app available. It just won't be on the Play Store. Requirements to get on their store now are insane. Well, I'm sure it will be at, hold on, I got to dig for a second, bit.ly/jbtechapps. It's almost like there's a place to host and somewhere I can promote because promotion is vital. And Joe has no commercials for anything he does directly. But you know who does have a commercial? And for those who are interested, let me know and I'll send a link to be able to download it directly. Please send that to Amanda. She is the CFO of White Boot Arms and Artistry. Carl, you with Nerf guns hunting Munsies seems like an art prompt for Wednesday. Be very, very quiet. He's hunting munsies. And now the song Kill the Wabbit is blaring violently through my head. However, I have something that might stop it. But I can't say it out loud, because if I say it out loud, I'll have a fairly pleasant seeming wrestler probably appear. And I'm not ready to deal with that level of shenanigan. Anyway, my comments are being silly too. I get that StreamYard and YouTube are different, but I'm just saying yeah, they are being, you computerized electronics, you need to listen. You're misbehaving. You're being naughty, and I'm going to have to do something about it if this keeps up. I will hug your server with the nick field if I have to. Can't find his pen, but found a hair tie? Yes. And do you know where I found my hair tie? You see, when Snickerdoodle has a successful hunt, it gets left by the food bowls. So I will find Nerf balls and darts and little pieces of fabric that have been trotted gleefully and dropped by the food bowl. Today, when I needed a hair tie, I found a hair tie by the cat food bowl, knocked it off, and got it on. Still haven't found my water bottle this morning, but we're getting there. Equivalent exchange is important. It's just a shame that it's raining. Anyway, LOL Foxy. I know it's cold here now, but during my run down the hall, I heard Donna's TV playing Have Yourself a Merry Little This. Anyway, what? We should always have that in our heart. LOL. Nick, my girl dove straight into the archives, and now I'm on season 2. Oh my goodness. I had to pause during something called the Desolation arc. There is some truly delightful things that happen farther down the line. In the weirdness that is my world, I know an individual by the name of Jorgen. That's how their family pronounces it. However, every time I see him, I have to fight the urge to say Jorgen, because it's Jorgen Leitner. And if you ever find books from the library of Jorgen Leitner, you may want to reconsider having anything to do with them. Next thing you know, they will release Mariah. No! No. I lived in fear for months of one of you guys sending me that 5-foot-tall Mariah plush in the mail, because there were threats. I'm not prepared for that, and 2, I don't want to explain a box that size. Why is a coffin being delivered in my little town? Don't worry, it's discreet packaging. In Earl Park, we go about our labors. In Earl Park, we're safety here with neighbors. And if you have any idea of the song I was referencing, it's called Errol's Grove, and it is from the soundtrack that was done for Mercedes Lackey's book, Owl Flight. Marvelous book, marvelous soundtrack, and it holds the distinction of having one of the, if you had to pick 12 songs for your life soundtrack to explain yourself challenge that went around a while ago, it was 12 or 15. One of the songs comes off of that list. Now, the people who know it will probably be all over that. Keep the beast in her crypt. That's right. I haven't had Halloween's yet. No. I will admit, accidental Beltane Halloween, that was not expected. Not necessary. I am really getting annoyed of, God, what's going on? It's freaking creepy. There's business. I am opening up the door. I'm retired. Just keep it on your side of the street. Unless you're approaching with intent, and then I will deal with you with extreme prejudice. Close the door. I do not want to have to walk across the street and put a line of salt about a half mile down. I will get one of those white powder line markers that they have for like football fields and stuff. I will fill that with salt and put a line where, one, we won't have to worry about weeds, and two, I won't have to deal with issues. Please remember, I am a philosophical follower of the great Saint Fafo. And in the words of Saint Fafo the Just, they who effeth around findeth out. And it's time for a commercial, because this is going to be a long one, folks. I understand if you have to bail, but I need a commercial, and I want this one because I know a Khajiit.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Let me see where we are. Okay. Hey, Dark Moon, I'm glad you are here. Sorry it's taking me so long to get to you. Howdy, Dark Moon. It won't be a link, as I don't think that link actually works anymore. I just need... Oh. I tried. Heart in my hand, I tried. And welcome, Dark Moon. And welcome, Dark Moon. Hi, Dark Moon. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Hi, bye. I'll catch you on the rerun. Woke up after a 30-hour bout of insomnia. Love you guys. Now, darling, you cuddle down. Pull the covers up. Grab your little plush Johnny Depp from Sleepy Hollow Ichabod Crane. And you get yourself some sleep, dear. And when you wake up and watch us, know we still love you. You still are, our Sarah the Dark Angel. And long may your wings flap, dear. But for now, get some sleep. And then get your butt to Lafayette. You know it's time. Just make it so. Manifest it, because I have it on good word that the clock is ticking, and you need to go get that so that you are out of where you need to be, so that you can come up and say hi to me. I am not being self-serving. Hey, Thiefus. That's what happens when he sees a meme he likes. Thiefus. No, hey, Thesis. Add some awesome sauce to your vocabulary and remind people you're not a lobster. Awesome sauce is good. I buy cool beans more. You're speaking my... And may I remind you the importance of the continuation of the word groovy among phrases. Hey, Sarah, get some rest. Hello, bye. No, kill the wabbit. Robin is here. Oh my gosh. I would never want Robin to die. Well, only a little bit. And she knows the joke, so... I seem to remember that Robin excels in French, but I could be wrong. I'm going to have to make All new links for Android apps I've created as they're all off the Play Store. Gotcha. When you get that set up, we'll do a big shindig. We'll make a commercial for it somehow so that I can promote your stuff. Sarah, night night. And Chris is greeting a bunch of people. Dawn, I'm the one singing. Oh my. And LOL Carl Witzman, it was a Christmas show for Diagnosed with Murder. Dick Van Dyke and his daughter singing. Dick Van Dyke is one of the greatest people on the planet. It's like him and Tom Baker are not to be touched at all by anything. Why is a coffin being delivered to your house? Just tell people you're getting dirt delivered from your homeland so you can sleep better. Okay, so maybe my habit of wandering at night when it's foggy with a stick is becoming a thing, but I don't wear my floppy hat because my hat is missing. So I've just worn my long hoodie with the hood up. And I can't always find my flashlight, so I use, where is that? It was right here. The Pondering Pyramid. And apparently walking down the road, holding a glowing pyramid that, like, let me get real close to the camera so you can see how charismatic and pretty it is. This concerns people already, and I'm all for it. Because Pondering the Orb is so last year. Although I do love a good orb. I'm still a classicalist. I do love a good orb. Frick, I forgot that I have to call about jury duty tonight. Oh, no. Searches for coin. We just want to hear your voice more. Oh, as you should. She is delightful. And I put a reminder card under my work laptop on a riser so I can see it. Good idea. Do not get yourself in trouble. I can't afford to bail you out. Good idea. Maybe Thesis can write up a script for his next demo video, and I can do voice work while he concentrates on other things. No. Not Green Room, Nick. I'm sorry. I am feeling nostalgic. And sometimes nostalgia takes you mentally to places you used to be. And right now, the place I am being drawn towards is this wonderful little park just a bit south of Michigan City. I used to go there all the time. We still go there sometimes when we're up there, and it's just delightful. The fog here yesterday was amazing. The fluffiest of clouds on the road. Oh, that's cool. Had enough fog to last a lifetime. If the weather looks like a mix between Silent Hill and Resident Evil, I'm usually fairly comfortable. Do I require some semblance of sunlight? Yes. Does the evil orb hurt us? Yes. Yes, it does. Ad time. Let's see. I'm feeling particularly musical. How musical am I feeling, though? Oh, I know.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
I would have yelled chair, but there was some sudden other noise from inside the house that I did not want to broadcast, so these things happen. But looks like everybody's getting quiet. Charcoal likes the harmony I sing with it. Oh, that's cool. I bet that does sound really neat with you harmonizing with yourself. I know a couple YouTube stations where people do that. But I think I'm going to run some wind down commercials, and we're going to just end the show for now, if everybody's cool with that. Now, if there's a pressing matter, let me know. Singing along with it, I had to purr in my voice. See, you have to understand, there are certain things that exist that are my absolute kryptonite, and like the purry voice, the smoky voice, love you all, yes. Love you too, Robin. But we're going to run some ads, and I'm going to try to keep from thinking about torch singers, because the last thing I need is my mind to be going there. Oh well, too late. Need to run that one.
From the moment Security Chief Michael Fassino heard her lilting voice, he was smitten with the Irish lady in distress. But what's invaded his home station at Calidar? And what's that Irish voice doing in his head?
You can find all of Donna Carlene's books on Lulu.com. Find out more about her on the NDCD page at ndcd.org.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Yeah, folks, so we're all about letting you guys art, getting you to create and have a wonderful experience, okay? I know things are going to get spicy. I know prices are going to go up. I know a lot of people are going to have to adapt and change, and we're going to have to work to get through it. But we're going to work to get through it together. We're going to build each other up, all right? And I want you guys on here talking about your projects. I've had some people tell me, well, I'm a little worried. I don't want to take somebody else's time or whatever. If I think somebody's taking too much time, I'll just skip them. I'm fully capable. I can handle that. But I need you guys to give me stuff I can work with, and it has to be timely. Okay? We're all doing the best we can. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, and reach out to the people you know who are hurting. For a lot of people, I think this part of spring is the absolute hardest because they still have all the seasonal affective disorder type stuff from winter. And it seems warmer, but there really isn't enough warmth or light to warm their hearts. And they still feel the chill. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what nation you're from. I don't care what your orientation is, what your gender is, what your ethnicity is. Heck, I don't care if you're sentient AI watching this. All I care is that you are out there being kind to each other. Okay? If somebody's hungry and you got something, feed them. If somebody's cold, give them something to wear. If somebody's hurting, minister to them, help them. Because that stuff matters. Regardless what it gets labeled as, empathy is vital. So as you go about this week, and as we plot our adventures, actively seek opportunities to be kind. And maybe you can be a little kinder to yourself. Because at least I know of all the vicious horrors that have been inflicted upon me, which is to say, quite a bit, and of all the words of cruelty I have ever heard, the loudest to me has been from me. And I suspect for many of you it's the same. So maybe you can make peace with that part of yourselves. And if you find you can't, please reach out. I'm a firm believer the good Lord gave us two hands, and one of them is to reach out to the people in need, and one is to reach up when you're in need. Yes, Brother Love's Travel and Salvation Show is the finest sermon ever written. I will stand by that any day of the week. So guys, go out there, be kind. And be kind of weird. Because the world needs more weirdness. I love you and you should too. Toodles.